I am deciding that I'm going to cut back on the amount of sealed Lego that I'm buying, retired sets and current ones. Here's the reason why. Since around 2020 or so, especially over the last couple of years, Lego has become this newfound hotspot for investment. We're increasingly seeing quite a few sets affected by the global climate, and prices are getting inflated pretty damn quickly, especially with some of the older sets. You may know a couple of months ago I picked up Jabba's Palace and the Rancor Pit. It's a set that's considered blacklisted in the Lego community, for reasons, mainly due to the architecture of the base model from Return of the Jedi. People think it's kind of outdated and, to an extreme, quite offensive. So you're looking at north of $500 to get your hands on both of these sets, and that's happening more and more across not just Lego Star Wars, but across all of Lego. So when you're like me, you get your hands on something that's brand new and unopened. Due to the value of a sealed set, you're going to be hesitant to open it and experience it and have fun with it. And that's happening more and more with me, not just with the rare stuff, but pretty much anything that's sealed. And yeah, Lego is something really great for investors because 90% of the time a sealed set is going to, at the very least, retain its value, if not go up after retirement. So when you've got so many sealed sets like me, you're seeing them less as Lego and more as price tags in a box. I can look at my collection and decipher the value of everything I've got. And the issue is, as soon as that box is open, that value is going to plummet because it's no longer sealed, it's no longer attainable, it's no longer exclusive, For a set like the Battle of Endor, which I'm still yet to open by the way, I know as soon as I slice open those sticky tabs, I am no longer part of a club which has something highly attainable, and the number of those available has just dropped by 1, therefore increasing the value of the ones that are out there even more, technically. So with the sets that I've unboxed over the past couple of months, it's always been something I intend to do, get around to opening them, but I'm finding it increasingly difficult to bring myself to do it. I think that's just coming with time though, I don't know. So the main way to combat this, if there's a set I really do want to build, I'm not going to buy it sealed, because it's going to give me an incentive to hold on to it if it is sealed. It becomes way more serious than it needs to be. That's not, to me, what Lego should be about. I am obviously going to buy sealed sets just because it's fun unboxing them and having them on display. I mean, most of my display is just the sealed boxes. But I think I need to draw a fine line between stuff I intend to keep in the boxes and the stuff I intend to build. I can enjoy both, So the time has come to start buying at least a few more used Lego sets. It's going to do my wallet plenty of favours, but I'm also going to be more incentivized to actually get down to building it, not just on my own, but sharing that experience with my family and my loved ones. So earlier today, the first Lego set, which is considered Grail, and I just picked it up used, is the Lego Simpsons Quickie Mart. I have the Simpsons house from 2014, it's sealed, and it's another one of those I really don't want to get to opening, simply because I know the value of it, and I know what the value will look like in a couple of years, or at least I have a rough idea. So I'm going to see how we fare with an open Quickie Mart. Doesn't come with a box, doesn't come with the instructions, but it doesn't necessarily matter to me in terms of building. It only really matters in terms of the value that this set will continue to accrue. And it's always going to be worth something, even a used one without the box or the instructions. So over the next few days, I'm going to get around to building the Quickie Mart. And additionally, if you are a Lego collector, you're probably going to be at least somewhat familiar with the Part Out feature on Bricklink. What that allows you to do is compile a list of every part in a Lego set. For example, Imperial, Star Destroyer. You search that up in Bricklink and it shows you every part that features in the set. And what you can do is you can buy from people's Lego bric-a-brac stores all of the individual pieces you can order from a multitude of sellers. They all arrive separately, they're not kind of ordered out in the way that Lego originally intended, but it can be a really cost-effective way to get the old sets rather than buying them sealed for over $1,000. You could possibly find them for a couple of hundred, albeit loose pieces that you're going to take a little bit longer to assemble. And a couple of days ago I put the feature to the test before going for anything massive through the Part Out feature. I went for a set I already own. I have it right here actually. It's still in bubble wrap. You can tell I'm trying to look after these boxes. It's all part of the problem. But it's the homing spider droid from Lego Star Wars, the 2016 one that comes with the Yoda and the Elite Corps clone trooper, the Kashyyyk one. And using Part Out I assembled another one. We have it right here. This is the homing spider droid. It didn't take longer than about 30 to 40 minutes to build, which was really impressive. Everything is here, everything's in working order. Something I will mention though, which was a bit weird, even though I parted it out from 3 separate sellers, there still appears to be one piece missing, and that is on the kind of foot right here. There's supposed to be this slope, 1x2 slope, and you know, ordering the parts from people rather than from Lego or a collector business, you're going to expect mistakes sometimes. Everyone's human. I'm not going to hold it against them. I'll just order another one for 5p, but it means I can actually have the Spider Droid from 2016 on display and not lose any value on the original one, which is still sealed in a box. Does that mean I'm going to buy a second one of every Lego set I own? Definitely not, but it's given me something to consider. I can have this set without burning a hole in my wallet, which leads me to the next purchases I intend to make. I am about to part out the Imperial Shuttle from 2010, the UCS one, and the value of that one is quite mad in its own right. I'm not sure if the value is going to skyrocket a bit because there's a new one which isn't nearly as complex and it essentially isn't as big as the old one. But I'm going to try and use the part out feature to buy an Imperial Shuttle, and we're going to see how that goes, and I'm going to document it here on the channel. Another set to consider for part out is going to be, for me at least, the Republic Dropship and AT-OT. For many, this is the ultimate grail, especially sealed. It's probably going for about $2,000 now. But the part out feature on Bricklink makes it that little bit more attainable. That said, I know there are these kind of Technic wheels which they don't produce in blue anymore. I think they're exclusive to that set. They're about £15 each on their own, and there's 8 of them in the set. So it's gonna be an interesting experience. I might just have to swap the colour out, but then it's that question of value again. If I did intend to resell it, which I am aware might happen one day, I'm not going to get nearly as much for something where the colours have been swapped out because they're so rare in the original. That's where I am with this at the moment, and I want to know what you think as well, because it's an interesting discussion. A lot of the older sets are pretty much unattainable for regular collectors. I think there's quite a significant divide between already established creators, let's say, and realistic creators who work 9-to-5 jobs, who haven't got an unlimited pool of money, who don't necessarily get sent free stuff from Lego. So by all means, please do comment down below if you've had any experience buying old used Lego sets, especially the kind of more valuable ones. And keep me posted, because I'm about to embark on this little journey that you're going to see unfold gradually over the next few weeks on the channel. If you enjoyed this little discussion type video, be sure to let me know by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. It really does help immensely. We're so close now to 200 subscribers, and in fact, by the time this is uploaded, we might have hit it. Man, I've never hit 200 subscribers on a channel before. I've been doing this for 12 years. Across channel to channel to channel, I could never find something that worked, but maybe this could be the one where we grow a little bit of a community. Bit of a different video for you today, so hopefully it translates across well, and maybe it's something you'll see a bit more of in the future if you generally enjoyed it. But for now though, take care, have a marvellous day.